Hi, ladies first. Here I am in the choir room missing our class. It's weird because we should be rehearsing for competition right now, but here I am sitting here by myself. I hope this is going to be something that is short-lived so that we can get back together soon. Thanks for logging in and thanks for returning the assignment for today right away. The responses were really good, and I just want to clarify a few things to give you a little feedback. So let's get to it. I don't know if the questions appear to you in the same order that I input them, so I won't be talking about question numbers. I'll just be talking about the material within the question, okay? So the first question I'm going to deal with was, what key is this piece? 96% got this correct in that it is the key of A. So just to review a little bit, you're in the key of A when you see 3 sharps in the key signature. So notice that there are 3 sharps on the treble clef, 3 sharps in the bass clef. That's the way it looks. It will always look like that. They will always occur in that order. I'm going to deal a little bit with the process in a second because there was an individual response question that takes you through the process, and I just want to make sure we're clear on that. So 3 sharps means key of A. Next question. Which section has a different rhythm in measure 2? So let's go to measure 2 and let's see, 98% correct on this response. So if you know visually that this is soprano on top, alto on bottom, tenors and basses, you can see visually that the altos have a different rhythm. Everybody's got half notes, altos are moving by quarter notes. So the answer would be alto has the different rhythm in measure 2. Next one, what does the time signature tell us? So we go over here to the time signature. Top note means number of beats per measure. So in this case, there are 4 beats per measure. Bottom note tells you the kind of note that is equal to 1 beat. And that's important to know because you know there's 4 beats in a measure, where how are you going to count those? Just like if I tell you I'm going to give you $10, am I going to give you a $10 bill, 2 5s, 10 ones? So this is the number that tells you the denomination by which you're going to be counting those notes. So if you'll notice over here, back in measure 2, we see that there's 4 beats total, and altos have 1, 1, and 2, because they have a half note, and we know that a half is equal to 2 quarters. So everybody here has 2 beats and 2 beats, so that's their 4 beats. Here's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And that's why there's a different number of notes in each measure, even though there's always 4 beats. So the answer is that the time signature tells us both the number of beats per measure and that a quarter note equals 1 beat in this case. So the answer was C, which is both A and B, because answer A was that the quarter note is equal to 1 beat, and answer B was that there are 4 beats per measure. So you have to answer C to get both A and B above. This is a problem sometimes in multiple choice responses because you'll find a workable answer in your first response and check that one, not noticing that, oh, there's a response lower that involves 2 correct choices. So make sure you check on that. Next one is, how long did the tenors sing their first note in measure 6? So here's measure 6, and if you know that it goes soprano, alto, tenor, bass, you can see that they have a half note, and so that because of the time signature telling you that a quarter note is equal to 1 beat, that their first note in measure 6 is equal to 2 beats. So the correct answer is 2 beats, answered correctly by 96% of our class. Next one, what's the syllable pattern for sopranos in measure 3? Here's measure 3, soprano, alto, tenor, bass. So how do we know what the syllable pattern is? Well, we said earlier that we're in the key of A, which means that A equals do. So if do is on A, that means do is here. So that means the soprano's pattern is re, mi, do, re. Okay? So, answered correctly by 90% of the class. So that means that there might be some confusion as to either determining the key or what the note names are. Okay, so if A is do, you can go to your treble clef spacing. Face is the spaces, so that would be F, A, C, E. So every note on this space is do. This one is the next note above that, so it is re. How about in the bass clef? Okay, the spaces are ace G, A, C, E, G. So that means do is here, and do, the high do is here. Okay, so if this is do at the top on A, and that this is one note lower than that, so they're starting on T. Tenors are starting on so. Altos are starting on so, which is E. And do is up here. So that's the nature of how to figure that out. Next one. What section or sections end on do? And 77% of people answered this correctly. So again, you know we're in the key of A. So you want to find out which sections over here in measure 8 end on A. And you'll see that sopranos end on A and basses end on A. Okay? So that is your answer, soprano and bass. Next one. Why are there only 3 notes on the second beat of measure 3? So let me get this stuff out of the way so we can see what beat we're talking about. So here's measure 3. Here's the second beat. Okay, so we're talking about this right here. So see how here there's soprano, alto, tenor, and bass. There's 4 notes. Here there's only 3 notes. Okay, and the reason is that basses and tenors are unison on the same note. So you still have 4 parts, because stem down is for the basses, stem up is for the tenors, but they're singing the same note, so that's why you only see 3 notes when in every other chord you see 4 notes. Okay, now I just want to talk a little bit about your procedure for determining the key. I enjoyed reading your responses, and if you have a procedure that's working well for you, that is, if you were able to determine that this was indeed in the key of A, keep using that. It's based on memorizing our old friend, the order of sharps. So if you know that fundamentals can get dull and extremely boring, or whatever acronym you choose to use, then that's going to help you to figure out your keys. We said that there were 3 sharps. So that means the sharps are on F, C, and G. They will always occur in this order. So if there are 3 sharps, that means the sharps go on F, C, and G. If there's 2 sharps, it means the sharps go on F and C. If there's 4 sharps, it means your sharps go on F, C, G, and D. So here we have 3 sharps in the treble clef, 3 sharps, how it's notated in bass clef. So we take that information, 3 sharps, and then we're going to skip the next note in the pattern, and that tells us that we're in the key of A. And it's just a matter of memorizing that pattern. You might also say that since 3 sharps is the key of A, then that would mean D has 2 sharps and G has 1 sharp. So the name of the keys starts on G. And so we have 1 sharp, 2 sharp, 3 sharp, 4 sharp, 5 sharp, 6 sharp, 7 sharp. This would be key of F sharp, key of C sharp. So let's see if that pattern works the same as the other pattern, okay? So 2 sharps, for example, skip 1, puts us in the key of D. And we said that there was 1 sharp in G, 2 sharps in D. So yeah, it works. So you want to get comfortable with that, memorize that, because as you can see, so many of the notation fundamentals and rules rely on your ability to determine what key is in, because that tells you where your do is. Okay, so I hope that's clear. I hope it helps. Just let me know if there's any other questions and I'll be happy to answer them. I guess we're going to keep in touch this way for the foreseeable future. And so let's remain connected and remain positive. I hope you guys are happy and well. And I look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye.